Closet, a Todd Mills mystery. Book 1. Author R.D. Zimmerman. Publisher Scribble Pub, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Narrator Eric Aust. Chapter 38. At first she wasn't sure. Janice hung up the car phone and then climbed out of the Cherokee, not wanting to believe what she'd just heard. Had that merely been a car backfiring? She looked toward the highway. No, 35 West was too far away. The sound had been much closer. It had to have been a gunshot from within Jeff's house. She broke into a run, charging across the empty lot toward the large house, where lights were burning in several downstairs windows. Only seconds later, she heard it again. A loud, harsh noise. Definitely a gun. Definitely fired somewhere in the house. Oh, shit, Todd. She'd seen him go in, disappearing through the front door. So now what? Had he been gunned down? Was he lying dead? Janet rushed up to the dark brown garage, hesitated, much as she wanted to. It didn't make any sense to go charging into the house, if she could do anything. It was from out here. She started to move around the garbage can, then bumped into something. A large green box, the recycling bin, packed full of bottles and cans. And again, a blasting, explosive sound. Janice flinched, hurried up behind the fuel oil tank, stood there, trying to make sense of this. What the hell was going on in there? She stared at the bay window, the dining room, she presumed, but couldn't see any activity through the thin window coverings. She heard music blaring and thumping away, but where were they? She rushed around the house toward the rear, but couldn't see anyone or anything. Damn it, she thought, turning around. What could she do? Ring the front door and run? If nothing else, the odd surprise of it might derail or at least slow whatever was now happening. Suddenly, a light blinked on in a rear window. Standing on her toes, she saw a bathtub. A mirror on the opposite wall, moving to the side. She saw Todd, bent over and holding something, or rather someone, a body. Her mind exploding with fear. Janice couldn't discern what had happened, just who had been shot. And then she saw Todd turn around and look back, the fear crudely evident on his face. Janice slipped to the end of the oil tank, peered at the far end of the room. She saw the gun now trained directly on Todd. At first, she couldn't see the figure holding the weapon, but then he stepped through the doorway, moved in a bit. Oh, God, thought Janice, her heart stopping as she recognized Rick. Everything was clear, yet nothing was. Regardless, Janice saw the gun in Rick's hand and knew she had only a precious few seconds, at most. But how? She spun around, scanned the ground, and her eyes fixed on a handful of bricks stacked up alongside the garage. Gay Mysteries audiobooks. I think it is easy to hate a label, but a face humanizes the word. So this effort is twofold. To offer comfort to those like myself that your world didn't end because you don't fit into the view of acceptable society on both sides. And in hopes of helping those with family that are LGBTQ, that it doesn't mean we are aliens from the child they once knew. Reassure them so they can maybe be supportive at the same time, being true to their values.